Welcome everybody to another Peace Seekers episodes here on Circle of the Earth Fellowship YouTube channel, as well as Lighthouse channel. So if you haven't heard of Lighthouse, go to Google, type in LIIIGHTHOSE.com and check it out. It's better's here. So if you are not, go check out Lighthouse and make a profile and see what it has to offer. So so Peace Seekers, we're here, part 3 of the Book of Enoch, and so we're going to continue our reading through the Book of Enoch, and it's been gravy so far. It's going to continue to be gravy, so I hope you have some biscuits. But let's get into it real quickly. For those who don't know, maybe this is your first time checking out Peace Seekers, whether on YouTube or on Lighthouse. Just to give a brief explanation of what we're doing here is Peace Seekers is we're just reading through some of the so-called Apocrypha and, seeing what we can glean out of it, see if it has the same story that we see all throughout the quote-unquote canon. And so we'll do a little reading, we'll do a reading, and then we'll do a little discussion, or pretty much just a couple, some of my ideas from what we read. Should only be a 45 minute stream. So I hope y'all are excited to read along with me. If you do want to, before I post it, I'll just kind of show you. So what I read off of is sacredtext.com. Of course, there's tons of other resources out there. This is the one I chose. Of course, there's tons out there, so figure it out for yourself. But I use sacredtext.com, and then in sacredtext.com, if you come down here to the Apocrypha, it brings you to this page, and then you scroll all the way down. You get the Book of Enoch, which will bring you to this page. And you scroll down, and then it gives you all the different chapters that you have. So if you would like to read along, today we will be reading chapters 12 through chapter 16. And that's the dream visions of Enoch, his intercession for Azazel and the fallen angels, and his announcement to them on their first and final doom. Of their first and final doom. So if you'd like to read along, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I'm going to put it in the YouTube live chat. Oh, okay. I got rid of it like I did last time. Okay, let's see if this will solve my problem. See if it'll let me enter it here as well. For some reason in the live chat of the book, or on Lighthouse, for whatever. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Sweet. So let me post that. If you're over on Lighthouse and you want to read along with us from the same text that I'm reading, sweet. And then I'm waiting for that to load up. And as soon as those load up, I will put it in both the YouTube chats so that y'all can read along with us as well. And then we will get started on it. Just taking a little... It's taking its time, apparently. It really likes to take its time. But yeah, so I hope y'all are having a good start of y'all's week. To all those fathers out there who happen to come across the stream or are watching live, happy Father's Day. I am a proud father of 4, and we also have our father-in-law in town. So my wonderful wife is getting to celebrate him as well this year. So he came from Texas, and we live in Utah. So it's awesome. We get to go get some burgers for some fathers, some burger fathers. Okay, here. So over in live chat, CEF. Okay, I posted it there. Just waiting for Take on the World to pop up so y'all can have it over there as well. And even if, I believe, even if the chat is still there, so even after, you should be able to find it, even if you ended up catching this after the live stream itself. Okay, sweet. I got it posted in all 3 places. I'm going to go ahead and close that back down so it's not lagging us out, even though we're not playing any pictures. And we shall get to reading. So let's go ahead and pull that up big full screen so everyone can see it. All right. Oh, why didn't it full screen me? not actually. There we go. A little weird. All right, and again, we are reading chapters 12 through 16. All right, chapter 12. Before these things, Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages. And lo, the watchers called me, Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go, declare to the watchers of the heavens, who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. Ye have wrought great destruction on the earth, and ye shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin. And inasmuch as they delight themselves in their children, the murder of their beloved ones shall they see, and over the destruction of their children shall they lament, and shall make supplication unto eternity. But mercy and peace shall not be. Oh, I read that a little wrong. But mercy and peace shall ye not attain. Chapter 13. And Enoch went and said, Azazel, thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence has gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds. And thou shalt have oh my gosh. And thou shalt not have toleration nor requests granted to thee, because of the unrighteousness which thou hast taught, and because of all the works of godlessness and unrighteousness and sin which thou hast shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid, and fear and trembling seized them. And they besought me to draw up a petition for them that they might find forgiveness, and to read their petition in the presence of the Lord of heaven. For from thenceforward they could not speak with him, nor lift up their eyes to heaven, for shame of their sins for which they had been condemned. Then I wrote out their petition, and the prayer in regard to their spirits and their deeds individually, and in regard to the request that they should have forgiveness and length of days. And I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan, in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon. I read their petition till I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell down upon me. And I saw visions of chastisement. And a voice came biting me, I to tell it to the sons of heaven, and reprimand them. And when I awakened, I came unto thee, and they were all sitting together, weeping, in Abjel, which is the land between Lebanon and Shinir, with their faces covered. And I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep. And I began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. Chapter 14. The book of the words of righteousness and of reprimand of the eternal watchers, in accordance with the command of the holy great one in that vision. I saw in my sleep what I will now say with a tongue of flesh and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to men to converse with therewith and understand with the heart. As he has created and given to man the power of understanding the word of wisdom, so hath he created me also and given me the power of reprimanding the watchers, the children of heaven. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared thus, that your petition will not be granted unto you throughout all the days of eternity, and that judgment has been finally passed upon you. Yeah, your petition will not be granted unto you. And from henceforth you shall not ascend into heaven unto all eternity. I'm going to drink a little drink real quick. How long have I been muted for?
Since you took a drink.
Gosh dang it. What was that at?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I apologize, guys. Apparently I didn't unmute myself for a portion of that. So... Okay. I'm going to jump back all the way to 5 so that it was all red and now I'll have it all there, so... And from henceforth you shall not ascend into heaven unto all eternity. And in bonds of the earth the decree has gone forth to bind you for all the days of the world. And that previously you shall have seen the destruction of your beloved sons, and ye shall have no pleasure in them, but they shall fall before you by the sword. And your petition on their behalf shall not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep and pray and speak all the words contained in the writings which I have written. And the vision was shown to me thus: Behold, in the vision clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me. And the course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me. And the winds in the vision caused me to fly, and lifted me upward, and bore me into heaven. And thus I went in till I drew nigh to a wall, which is built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire. Let me raise this up a little bit. And it began to affright me. And I went into the tongues of fire and drew nigh to a large house, which was built of crystals. And the walls of the house were like tessellated floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceilings was like the paths of the stars and the lightnings, and between them were fiery cherubim, and their heaven was clear as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its portals blazed with fire. And I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire, and as cold as ice. There were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling got a hold upon me. And as I quaked and trembled, I fell upon my face. And I beheld a vision, and lo, there was a second house, greater than the former. And the entire portal stood up open before me, and it was built of flames of fire. And in every respect it was so excelled in splendor and magnificence and extent that I cannot describe to you its splendor and its extent. And its floors was of fire, and above it were lightnings in the path of the stars, and its ceilings also was flaming fire. And I looked and saw therein a lofty throne. Its appearance was as crystal, and the wheels thereof as the shining sun. And there was the vision of cherubim. And from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look thereon. And the great glory sat thereon, and his remnant shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. None of the angels could enter and could behold his face by the reason of the magnificence and the glory, and no flesh could behold him. The flaming fire was around about him, and a great fire stood before him, and none around could draw nigh him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, yet he needed no counselor. And the most holy ones who were nigh to him did not leave by night nor depart from him. And until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling, and the Lord called me with his own mouth, and said to me, Come hither, Enoch, and hear my word. And one of the holy ones came to me and waked me, and he made me rise up and approach the door, and I bowed my face downwards. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, I heard his voice. Fear not, Enoch, thou righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Approach hither and hear my voice. And go say to the watchers of heaven, who have sent thee to intercede for them, you should intercede for men, and not men for you. Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven, and lain with women, and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men, and have taken to yourselves wives, and have done like the children of earth, and have begotten giants as your sons? And though ye were holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, you have defiled yourselves with the blood of women, and have begotten children with the blood of flesh. And as the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, as those also do who die and perish. Therefore I have given them wives also, that they may impregnate them and beget children by them, that thus nothing might be wanting to them on earth. But you, were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life, and immortal for all generations of the world. And therefore I have not appointed wives for you. For as for the spiritual ones of the heaven, in heaven is their dwelling. And now the giants, who are produced from the spirits and flesh, shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies, because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on the earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. As for the spirits of heaven, in heaven shall be their dwelling. But as for the spirits of the earth, which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling. And the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men, and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. All right, we got chapter 16. Finish this out. From the days of the slaughter and destruction and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits have gone forth, shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of consummation, the great judgment in which the age shall be consummated. Over the watchers and the godless, shall be wholly consummated. And now, as to the watchers who have sent thee to intercede for them, who had been aforetime in heaven, say to them, you have been in heaven, but all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you. And you knew worthless ones, and these in the hardness of your hearts you have made known to the women. And through these mysteries women and men work much evil on earth. Say to them, therefore, you have no peace. Whoo, hot dog! Man, that's some pretty, strict punishment. Like, hey, yep. Go ahead, do all those evil things. We know you're evil spirits. You're going to be evil spirits. You're going to dwell on the earth. But when the consummation of this age comes, you're going with it. And, of course, they want to still kill, destroy, do all those things because they don't like that. They don't like that we have the chance for salvation, and they have the only chance is for their destruction. I wanted to point out something real quick, though. And this is kind of what we were talking about. I saw someone, and I didn't mention it last week's episode last night, but there was some comments that were on the previous part 2 of Peace Seeker's Book of Enoch that were talking about, hey, angels don't have bodies. Well, one, as we kind of just read, they very so much do. At least in the essence that they're able to do whatever they did. But even more pushing that point, let me find this. And, okay, it should be right here. And every spec is held, okay. Where he talks to him. Okay, so it says, so in 24, so chapter 14, 24, it says, until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling, and the Lord called me with his own mouth. With his own mouth. He could have had one of the angels of the presence, right? Because we know, like it said right up here, Where does it say this? Where it talks about, oh, right here. And the most holy ones right before, who were nigh to him, did not leave by night nor depart from him. So he had angels right there going to talk, but he talked with his own mouth. How dare you? Don't you understand that God can manifest mouths? Sorry, this is Peace Seekers. This isn't episodes. I shouldn't be mocking. I apologize. It's hard not to because it's so preposterous. But yeah, that was one good example of it. And I saw it somewhere else. Maybe it is in 15. Let me go read through it real quickly. Okay, right here. So, interesting enough, defiled yourselves with the daughters of men. So that right there, like that's already, it's kind of like they have something to defile themselves with, right? It doesn't seem like it was just this scientific method. It seems like there was very much so lusted involved in it. And we kind of read that in the beginning, right? They lusted after the women of earth. And let's see here, with the blood of women, have lusted after the flesh and blood of those who've died, might impregnate them and beget children. Okay, that's talking about there. But you formerly spiritual, living the eternal life and immortal for all generations. Spirits and flesh shall be. It said in another place where there I should have wrote a note down. But it was like making that kind of connection too, that like, hey, there's some physicality to what we're talking about. They're not just this, wrong page. It's not just this misty floaty thing. Okay, but let's end it with this. I think great chapter, great little section here. But this is what we're kind of up against, right? Actually, yeah, let's go back one more page real quick, and then we'll go to that. So it says right here, and the spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, but nevertheless hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. And these spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against the women, because they have proceeded from them. So it's like they're jealous of us because they're jelly because they proceeded from us and because of what the Father created for us, right? And then their fathers created them for their own selfish reasons through lust and envy, and they got the bad end of the stick. I will honestly say I feel bad for them, but at the same time, they became spirits that afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth and cause trouble and cause offense to the men and women of the world. And we know exactly what that is. And so for me, this was a big part of my life because I was like, oh, demons make sense. They're not just something that God created to like attack us. It's not something that the evil one created to help us, though he kind of, I guess, he didn't create them, but he made them get created, it seems. But yeah, and so knowing this is so helpful. And then piggybacking, if you haven't checked out the testaments of the 12 patriarchs, go check that out, because they talk about these same evil spirits and how they afflict and how they oppress and how they destroy and attack and do battle. And then last but not least, just this part right here where it says, say to them, you have no peace, Oh, well, before that, that's good. But I wanted also to talk about this. You have been in heaven, but all the mysteries have not yet been revealed to you, and you knew the worthless ones. And these, in the hardness of your hearts, have made known to the women. So they got all mad. Well, we're going to reveal the secrets that you told us, God. We're going to... Stop mocking. We're gonna reveal these secrets, but they were worthless ones, and still to the bitter end, they cling to that, even though, like he said, you read, you say and pray all these words that are in my book that I wrote, but yet, you had the hardness of heart, you went through it, let's do it by mutable imprecation, So yeah, it's a very, distinct, hard decision that judgment that the Father puts down, but definitely makes sense. All right, sweet. Well, that will conclude our Peace Seekers episode. Let me go ahead and stop. Oh, I'm on that. Do that every time. And bring this back up. Oh, I'm gonna have to go like this. There we go. There we go. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. Sorry for that little muted section. I believe I covered it all up again. So if you get that 2-minute gap, I apologize. I hope y'all enjoyed the reading. Next week, you should be seeing part 4 is coming out. You should already see we're talking about mythical creatures next week. So kind of following up, but a little more modern. So if you're interested in checking that out. I want to take a quick second, and I will shout this out again. Dear Sister Marcia, dear Brother Kyle, thank y'all for doing the membership on Lighthouse. That means a lot to me that y'all are willing to support, monthly and help me, not only foot some of the bills, but also show your support for what we got going on here. So much love. Yeah, guys, I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. And until next time, remember the ABBA love you first. Have a good day, everybody.
It's your glory, conceal the mystery. You give us the honor to search a matter. You raise up a standard to beat back our enemy. You establish this realm, and like a scroll you spread it.